Returning to the Common Sense Crypto channel, I hope this message finds you all well. This is Rich back with another video on XRP. You can always count on him. Before we get on to XRP, I have to say this, so I hope you're all having a fantastic day no matter where you are in this magnificent globe. As an offline CBDC solution, digital rupee has grown by 9% in only 3 months with Indusen Bank. One of the most important Ripple partners that links China, India, and Brazil is Indusen Bank. As previously mentioned, Ripple already has numerous rails installed within BRICS. When XRP's value suddenly skyrockets and we find out it's because the BRICS are using XRP, I will be overjoyed. This was sent by Mr. Man. The adoption of Mecca will commence on December 30, 2024. We are testing the Fedwire Depository Institution. The deadline for certification is December 31st, 2024. Take note of the global alignment of trigger dates. Fedwire will implement ISO 20022 on March 10th, 2025. Payment Canada will launch RTR in 2025. Once coexistence ends in November 2025, all ISO for the US and Canada will be required to live by them. Additionally, all of the stars are aligning in regards to the regulations. This is based on personal opinions, and you see that there is another Zoom meeting, but have a look at the participants. Circle, Ripple, MIT City, and Goldman Sachs are all visible. Ripple is consistently seated at these roundtables and confidential discussions. Just for that reason, I just can't resist purchasing XRP dips. The source of this is smoke. The increasing impact and promise of Ripple's technology are exemplified by these ads in Union Station, Washington, D.C. Their being in such a prominent place further emphasizes the seriousness and credibility they are held in high respect in the financial sector. Their ability to transform investor payments and create technological ripples was evident when we were granted permission to advertise in the nation's capital. This bodes well for their future as XRP becomes more widely used in the international monetary system as a result of their increasing profile among influential people. Ripple advertising are all over the place, you know, a city in the US, London in the UK. And that informs you that Ripple is growing globally. The crypto community, however, continues to disregard XRP. People are constantly bickering over this cryptocurrency. Just wait till this coin becomes popular. I guarantee you it will be a thrilling period. The earth will be verdant one day. Full compatibility around the world. The world map of real-time payments is now complete. Our progress from even only a few short years ago is quite remarkable. This is emanating from the clearinghouse, and it is only getting bigger. In addition to Ripple's partnership with the clearinghouse, since 2019, they have been able to offer their clients the convenience of quick payments. According to Wells Fargo's advertisement, around 70 banks have joined the clearinghouse. Those were the days. In the time after, Ripple experienced meteoric growth. In an effort to reach the unbanked, they have expanded into every country on earth, creating a more equal playing field. This was an excellent post, in my opinion. Nobody needs to hear this, but XRP and Bitcoin will be successful together. They work well together. The value of these tokens is based on their production of energy in the real world, thanks to one proof of work. The second is a consensus mechanism that will facilitate the most efficient transfer of future energy-backed tokens and any other tokenized assets, currencies, etc., etc. These two are not rivals. Neither of these things is true. This is both. Handle it. Now, there is one aspect on which I agree with this post. Bitcoin is completely legitimate. The issue is that Bitcoin is being left in the dust by rapidly evolving technologies. Bitcoin can't become efficient without additional rails. The issue is that the technology needed to transfer Bitcoin to different platforms is also behind schedule. On top of that, Michael Saylor was speaking and released this absurdity. Everything, including the ECB's praise of Bitcoin, is part of his discourse. However, he is completely incorrect. Reason being, this is the exact wording of Christine Lagarde's statement. It is more probable, though, that this is just a last gasp before Bitcoin's inevitable decline to irrelevance. This was obvious even before FTX's bankruptcy drove the price of Bitcoin below $16,000. So according to her, its decline to irrelevance began long before FTX's demise. I just can't bring myself to put money into Bitcoin for that reason. Due to the fact that the ECB, the IMF, and the BIs are all trying to lead us into the future while ignoring Bitcoin, I feel as though my investments are stuck in the past. In this document, the BIs expresses concern that crypto poses a threat to the financial stability of developing nations. However, this is the genuine statement made by the BIs. The BI suggested that regional authorities think about implementing selective bans, limiting and controlling certain digital assets. It suggested that distinct rules for activity-based and entity-based regulation be put in place. This is why they are demanding rules that will eliminate some cryptocurrencies. We are also aware that the BIS does not believe Bitcoin will have a future. In essence, what they are arguing is, there will be no place for Bitcoin in the future once rules arrive, but I still don't think it dies. In all candor, I believe Bitcoin will persist for the foreseeable future. It will merely avoid experiencing the aforementioned extreme price spikes. Meet the International Monetary Fund. Pay close attention to what she says now. Is it the time for this investable asset? Crypto isn't money. We think it's important to separate assets from money. Cryptocurrency refers to a certain type of investment. You may be investing in something that is backed up and thus safer, or you could be investing in something that is not backed up and thus riskier. Cryptocurrency, she stated just now, needs a foundation. According to her, it's not worth anything until it's supported by assets. But it's not quite cash. It's more akin to a fund for managing money. The digital currencies issued by the central bank are one example of this type of money. They are, in fact, digitalized. Could the business world be able to help out in this field? Certainly the private sector has been involved with money at various points in history. However, we must exercise extreme caution when informing the public about the specific challenges posed by the private sector. Your asset-backed XRP and XLM can be obtained in this way. The International Monetary Fund has predicted that XRP and XLM, two cryptocurrencies, will reach a high stable value in the future. This prediction has persisted since at least 2018, when the IMF initially mentioned XRP and XLM as stable coins, supporting assets and transferring value from A to B, and that is exactly what the future holds for us. Again, that's why Bitcoin will remain. It will also be irrelevant, for the simple reason that they are now in charge. Various international financial institutions are advocating for a new monetary order. We need the United States to join us. We risk falling behind if they don't agree with this. Whoever says things like that's just the ECB talking, that's just the BIS talking, it's the IMF talking, or it's the World Economic Forum talking fails to take into account the fact that the United States will need to be involved in any future developments. Regulating cryptocurrency is no different. That is precisely why I am unable to make an investment in Bitcoin. Contrary to popular belief, I do not believe it will experience run-ups, when the value of these other digital currencies is determined by their practicality. Imagine for a second a world where XRP instantly surpassed the 3-digit mark. Investors would shift their money from Bitcoin to XRP on the belief that it has the potential to rise in price. Bitcoin is now holding value simply because some people still have faith in it. Many others think it will be more than $100,000. Now, I will go on to my next point, though. Super cycles are happening right now. Be careful not to sell too soon due to emotional or illogical reasons. Personally, I think this is a super cycle. I predict that Bitcoin will experience an incredible surge in value. The upcoming run will be out of this world. However, I believe this will be the final significant run, and individual investors ought to get out of there as quickly as possible. Also, make sure to invest in utility companies once you've amassed a substantial amount of money, for the simple reason that I think this is the final gasp. The new financial system will begin to take shape. After this, in my opinion, see how the stock market is behaving at the moment. It was inevitable that that would happen when the system as a whole began to collapse. Also, it's been on the horizon for quite some time. For a long time now, the banks have been crumbling. The national debt is enormous. Home values have skyrocketed.